Hello and welcome to the Cubbears fan report for September the 16th, 2024. And as I predicted, I had to change jerseys at the start of the football game last night as the Bears were not in visitor white, which I have up there on my door. I had to switch into this jersey, which I also keep on the door, as orange. It's not the only orange thing I have up there, but I switched, but it didn't help. The Bears still lost 19-13, but they stayed in the game, buoyed by their defense. Their defense played really well, holding. Somebody said the Texans to 3 points in the second half. The Bears have played really well on defense. Caleb Williams is not going to be able to carry this team, which I always thought, which is a reason I argued against drafting Williams, and I argued in favor of keeping Justin Steele. Or not Justin Steele, he's on the Cubs. Justin Fields. Justin Fields is now 2-0 as a starter this season with Pittsburgh. The Bears don't need a guy to play hero ball, although I think Caleb Williams has a very bright future. But what the Bears, I thought, should do is trade the pick and build up that offensive line, because I think Justin Fields between a good offensive line and those three incredible receivers would do good. I like Roma Dunze, but I think the Bears needed to draft some offensive line help. I'm still optimistic the Bears will get better. They played better yesterday than they did against the Titans, and the Titans played well against the Jets, and losing only with a end of the game score by Aaron Rodgers. And Will Levis played poorly again, but almost brought them back. So I think there's some good things to take away. The offensive line has to play better, and the Bears will get some games at home, and I think they will do better against Indianapolis next week. And Indianapolis lost to the Packers, led by Malik Willis, who they traded for from the Titans, and he didn't play too bad, but he didn't have to play hero ball either. So I think the Bears will dominate the offense by Indianapolis, and they won't have quite as much pressure on Caleb Williams. He was running for his life, and I made a photo montage, and you can see his jersey being torn off his back, and he got away and turned that into an interception. But I thought he threw the ball as much as he had to, and he had to play heroic football if the Bears were going to stand a chance. He was 23 for 37 for 174 yards, but had 2 interceptions. But they were interceptions toward the end of the game when he had to make something happen. That's the time to take a chance and throw an interception. Not when you're trying to kill a drive or try to get in the end zone or in field goal range. He didn't make any red zone interceptions, and I like that. The Bears' lone touchdown came from Khalil Herbert from the 3-yard line, and the Bears kept fighting. They even got a fumble at the goal line from the Texans, and I think the Bears kept fighting. DeAndre Swift rushed 14 times for 18 yards, and Khalil Herbert rushed, I think, 2 times or 3 times for 3 yards, including a touchdown. So the Bears' offensive average on the ground, not counting the runs by Caleb Williams, was less than 2 yards per carry. You can't win that way. I thought they should have helped secure the offensive line. They weren't quite a full team yet, and I think they added wide receiver help and a quarterback when they weren't ready to fully support a quarterback. But we're all going to grow together, so the offensive line has to play better, although I have to give credit to Houston, because Houston had 2 really good defensive ends, and they were putting a lot of pressure. And I think they have a chance to compete to go to the Super Bowl with their defense, especially at home. That dome was hard. The Bears had a lot of false start penalties, delay game. They need to get things better, but that'll go better when they don't have to play in a hostile environment like the dome in Houston. Also, I want to comment on the Cubs, because this is the Cubbear fan report. The Cubs won yesterday. They won 6-2, and actually got some pitching from Kyle Hendricks, who won the game. So they've been doing pretty well with Kyle Hendricks, although his earned run average is still over 6. The Cubs got 2 home runs from Michael Bush, he's up to 20 home runs. He was a great acquisition for the Cubs, and he's really panned out. And the Cubs are 5 games out of the wild card behind the Braves and the Mets, who are tied for the last spot. So they got to beat both of them in order to get in. There's 13 games left. They need to win almost every single game, but they did come up with a win yesterday. They played tonight at home against Oakland, who is a team they have traditionally been beating pretty handily over the last couple seasons. So I like the Cubs' chances, but I did like their chances going into Colorado, and they lost 2 out of 3. But this is the Cub Bear Fan Report. I thank you for watching. Please support my sponsor, the Robin Hood Brewery, and they have some really good beer, and I like their chocolate stout, and I really did enjoy it. But if you don't like the homemade beer, they do have some other beer that's distributed that's pretty good as well. You can go up there and drink Miller Lite if that's what you prefer, or Bud Light, or whatever light beer you like, or whatever kind of beer you like. They have a good variety of beer, and we actually ate the food, we ate the hamburgers and the French fries on Saturday night, and I also enjoy the company of their staff, who are some great people. As like I said, the waitress Erin went to Conant High School in Hoffman Estates, Illinois, which is where I went to high school. So please support them. They have some great people there and some really good beer. If you're going out to Pickwick Lake on the Tennessee line, it's right on the highway back as you head back to Interstate 22 that passes through Corinth, Mississippi, and also through Iuka, Mississippi. This is the Cub Bear Fan Report. Please like and subscribe. I appreciate you watching. And the Bears next week will have Indianapolis Colts in Indianapolis, and I'd like to see how they do against that team that does not supposed to have a great defense. Thank you. Please like and subscribe.